Or
Recording in progress.
so just to introduce you to this group. They were founded in 2019. They are an online club that meets the first and the third Saturday of each month. And the challenge today is for you to have a chance to go head to head with another Toastmaster. We're going to test your ability to formulate arguments, to speak quickly, and to deliver a compelling 2-minute speech. So it's sounding like an impromptu speech or tabletop. This presentation highlights the crucial skill of impromptu speaking. So can you master it and win the Great Debate Challenge? We're going to find out. So I turn it over to you to give all of the rules and rights. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Cheryl Poirier and the current president of Afire Advanced Toastmasters. We have a number of our members here. Because we're an online club, most of us do not see each other except at events like this. Of course, Sharon and Claudette Joseph, who are daughter and mother, see each other frequently. And Patricia and Latricia Saucier, who are twin sisters, see each other all the time as well. But Sharon, Allen, and I, and everybody else, frankly, most of us live across the country. We have one other member who lives in Winnipeg, where I live, and we're both also members of District 64 in Winnipeg. So we see each other, Stephen and I see each other frequently. We have little pods of people, but we all come together online to argue with each other in the great debate.
Yes.
If you've ever seen a formal debate, this is not us. However, the skills that we practice in a somewhat humorous and lighthearted way are quite valuable skills. And if you are a formal debater, you will learn the same skills, but probably not have near as much audience laughter. Have you heard of the great debaters on CBC? We try to be more like them. Truly, we're not comedians, so I don't think we're quite that funny. Then again, we do have Sharon Allen as a member. And Darlene Smith is a member.
Yeah.
And I'm a member, and I got people to laugh last night. So, our rules are pretty simple. You are chosen by the Toastmaster to be on one side or the other. Yay, I said I agree with the statement, or nay, no. And you might be arguing something you do not agree with. But what it does is it forces you to think about what the other side might be thinking. Don't you as politicians would think like the other person once in a while? And maybe they could argue something, get through all the points, and come to some sort of consensus that would make our world better instead of always having aggression and fighting. And we just laugh when we're done. Sometimes you get to argue your favorite thing. And other times you have to do the exact opposite and argue. It's really hard, even if it's something simple, like which is better, blueberry pie or apple pie? The word probably, I don't know what the questions are because Sharon has them. That Sharon has them. And we are going to randomly assign people. I'll let you volunteer for a while, but then if you're going to sit at the back and not do anything, I'll do my teacher thing and pick on the quietest one and let you come up and debate. You will have 2 minutes to state the your argument. The affirmative goes first, followed by the negative. Then each person has 1 minute to rebut. You're allowed to take notes if you wish on what the other person says. But because we're in this session, I'm going to fetch this, we're not online. I am going to ask you to stand like real Toastmasters and come up and practice it standing. To begin, we're going to have 2 of our members show you how we do it. Our timer is Claudette Joseph, who has the typical cards, but it would have been passed off to her mother, somebody else, in order to have her take part at some point. If I need to use you, I will.
Okay.
She's hilarious too. All right, so I'm going to ask, first of all, our two members, Latricia and Patricia, because they're twin sisters, to start us off. So if you two could come to the front. I will look at what it is. So whatever the question is, I would like you to start with the affirmative. You agree with this, and you are going to argue the negative. All right, what do we got here? Oh, this is a good one for you two. So, be it resolved, sports stars are paid too much money. I'll give you a minute. Just a little think about that. Are you ready, Patricia? Okay. Patricia, arguing for the affirmative will start us off. So watch plug in.
I agree. Sports stars definitely make too much money. I played basketball in high school and I love it. I would play just voluntarily. Yes, they get paid, and of course thinking about, well, what if they get injured? So then they gotta pay for their injuries. But if you really love the sport, why do you think you get paid for something you love to do? Personally, they also get paid way too much. I believe this world is not equaled out with money. I make a decent amount, and I don't get to shoot hoops every day or play baseball. And I just end up getting tired off my brain. So regular people actually get injured. And they don't make as much as sports stars. So why should sports stars make that much money? And I don't totally understand why everybody worships them, because we all have really great skills. Be it resolved, yes, everyone gets injured, but you're playing basketball. What if you tore a ligament? Have you seen the cost of medical? Just to get an x-ray is like over $500. Just to get surgery, it's about $2,000. Of course, athletics, but they have more damaging and more scarier work. For example, a football player, how many times do you get a concussion just by going to your regular job? Now, unless you're standing up half the time and you're smacking yourself in the head, that might be understandable. Be resolved. Football players get concussions all the time. Unless you're in the military, you're not going to get that much concussion. Be resolved. They need that money. And hey, yes, sports athletics, you may think they make too much money, but what's great about those athletes is they also volunteer and they also donate to charities. People like you and me cannot afford to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for homeless people, but those athletes can. Be it resolved. And we know they're going to donate. Do you know why? Because it gives them great tax cuts. Tax cuts. Yeah, we don't have to really worry about, because we are not making over $100,000. Be it resolved. And everyone knows that just by a year of medical bills, you could practically pay your whole savings to, just by how much they are going to get hurt. And everyone knows it's a contact sport, unless you're going down the street and smacking someone. It's more of a contact sport than
And 1 minute people.
being resolved. I still agree that sports people make way too much money, and on a regular basis, if we're going medical concussion, I could just be going outside and getting the concussion just playing voluntarily. Or on a day-to-day work, how many people get paper cuts, huh? Those hurt more than anything. You get a lot deeper in those paper cuts. Some people's paper is a bleeder. Imagine that person that's a bleeder and it's hard to get their stuff. That bill's pretty high and they didn't play basketball. You know, I say keep it out the funds a bit. And yes, they can donate, maybe we can donate more too, and we got more money in our paycheck instead of spending it all to the celebrities and the sports. And everybody's job's dangerous. It just depends on what injuries you get, like typing on a computer, you get your wrist, you have to have fix your wrist fixed. So be it resolved, yes, you could get a paper cut, and it could be a little deep, but when somebody tackles you, you have 50 men who are just under that, I don't think that's gonna be just a paper cut. And hey, who's to say that athletes are not like hemophilians, where they bleed a lot too? Can you imagine theirs? Oh my goodness, it wouldn't be, I have a, it would be part of my leg is over there. Over there. And therefore, oh my goodness, I'm going to need more than just a stitch or a be it resolved. And wait, they do sponsorships. We can't afford to do sponsorships, but just by being an athlete, you get to advertise for other companies to make
Time.
Now what I failed to mention is that we're going to vote for winners. Yes, you've got to put your opinion out there and raise your hand. So how many people thought that the affirmative, which is Latricia, won this debate by a show of hands? Oh, well. How many thought the negative? Patricia. All right, our winner then, Patricia. Thank you very much. Just like I put the pins on the tomato. Okay. We'll save those for not us. Okay. For now. Yes, we have prizes for you. The speech fire people will, give up the prize in order to get more participation if we need to. Now, would you like to see another example with our members? Or would you like to move right in? You're ready to go?
Oh, Melissa, go.
Well, that means I'm going to ask you to come up. Another volunteer? Okay, you go. Melissa. Melissa. And John. All right. Just because you're standing this way, I'm going to ask Melissa to do the affirmative. So you're going to agree with the statement and Donna to argue against it. So remember, you are going to be judges. Oh, this is a cute one. Be it resolved, people need friends to be happy. Be it resolved, people need friends to be happy. Now, I personally know which side would be easier for me to argue, but let's see how our volunteers do. So while you're watching the timing, the first 2 minutes is just like table topics. Green at 1, yellow at 1.5, and they're red. You stop talking or we're yelling at you. We just yell topic. It's okay. Or Michael, can I hear it again? Yes, I will do that again. But for the 1 minute, it's 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then 1 minute, you're done. All right. Be it resolved, people need friends to be happy. For the affirmative, Melissa. Be it resolved, people need friends to be happy. Are we not social beings? Studies say 82% of humans get along better when they have friends to share anything and everything with. Could you imagine going through hard times without a friend or somebody else to share it with? It would be absolutely miserable and crazy making. How would we cope? How would we learn other perspectives? How would we gain from others otherwise? It would be near impossible. And we would be sort of stuck in our ways. like trudging along in the same path that we've always done. And therefore, that could be like an unwillingness to learn new things or behaviors, change our ways. Where when we are with others, you'll be worth it. Thank you.
Be it resolved that you do not need friends to be happy. The key to happiness is being happy within yourself, learning to love yourself, finding the things that nurture your soul. You could be on an island by yourself and learning how to survive on that island, maybe practicing a skill that you have that you want to get better at, maybe deepening your relationship through God. And you don't need friends to be happy. That's the lazier way to do it. Other people tell you what you need. The key is to learn how to be happy within yourself, to find the things that you are passionate about and to nurture those things. And then you could be a good friend to others, but you don't need them to be happy.
Be it resolved. The mind is lazy, people are not easy. Hey, I am, even Jesus preached to the masses. Did he not call people to them, to him? He did not go around solo and lonely. When is the last time you went to a bonfire, sing along, and had a blast by yourself and made it? Sing-alongs are better with friends. Thank you. And the last word.
Be it resolved that if you need those people at the bonfire to be happy, then you still need to do some work because you have to get up there first by yourself to start singing for anything to happen. Do you need the bonfire? Do you need the other people? No, you can sing all by yourself. And by golly, you can be really happy to hear what you have to say and to hear how your marvelous voice sounds, but only in the shower.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Oh, no, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Are you ready to vote? Okay.
Yeah.
For Melissa in the affirmative. For Donna in the negative. 5 and 5. Well, I've got more than this, but we'll start with these. Because we're gonna run out of these, but.
No, we don't. No, we're not.
We're not gonna run out?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
You think we were in Hawaii or something?
We can harmonize with our friends.
That's so loud. Very exciting. Is there something else in your dog? No? Okay. All right, well, thank you both very much. We're those ladies. That's amazing. I think some people didn't vote. But anyway, some people abstained, but that's all right. Do I have 2 more volunteers? All right. Woo! And bad names, you'll have to introduce. Yeah. All right.
He doesn't like to argue against.
You're ready, come on, Dan. I just gave him the eye. I mean, I'm coaching his club, so. All right, so we have Jeff and Danilo. I'm gonna mix it up this time and ask you to do the affirmative. And you to argue against it. So what we got? You know what? Given my life experience, I'm really glad it's two men up here for this one. Be it resolved, the best time to mow the lawn is 7 a.m. Sunday morning. Okay, I'll repeat it. You have to argue the affirmative on this thing. Be it resolved, the best time to mow the lawn is 7 a.m. Sunday morning. Take it away, Danilo. You have 2 minutes to argue that this is the right time.
I agree, this best time to mow alone is 7 a.m. when you barely wake up, you're starting your day. And that's the best time because the grass is just fresh. Sometimes the sun didn't come out, so that the grass that will be cut freshly. And you have the entire morning to cut. Sometimes it will take the entire day. As opposed if you do it in the afternoon, then you may run in the maybe a rain or something. So the 7 a.m. is the best time so that you have control of the time, you have control of the weather. Your neighbors may not agree with that because I'm sleeping, but I'm awake. So why are you gonna bother your neighbors if they're awake? So just go there. Maybe they will be happy. You also teaching them how to wake up in the morning. So for me, the best time is 7 a.m. That's the time I do every day.
Be resolved. At one point on a Sunday morning, I may have argued in favor of this. Where I live is in the woods. There's nobody around. And the neighbors are not close. We now have a cottage that's in cottage country. And I was actually at that bonfire the Saturday night before. I didn't want to be up 7 a.m. on Sunday morning out mowing the lawn. On top of that, we're trying to make a good impression with our neighbors. If you're up mowing your lawn at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, especially in the cottage country, where we're there on the weekend to have some fun, we have some fires, some bonfires, parties, things going on. They're not gonna like you when you're at that Sunday morning. Neighbors that don't like you. We're trying to build good relationships. On top of that, we have a neighbor that actually really doesn't like us. Been feuding with her a little bit since we moved in. She's right next door to us. Our property was right on her property. If we were up there without mower on Sunday morning, 7 a.m., we're going to hear from her. She's very vocal. We had a few run-ins, unfortunately. We're trying to mend fences and relationships. If we were the ones that mowing the lawn, we're just going to destroy that relationship. 7 a.m. on Sunday morning is not time to mow.
I don't know, but every time I go to either a college or I have a free time, I pretend to work. I wish I can work at 8 or 9, but I work. I start waking up even earlier than I planned when I had to work. So on the good days, I had to wake up 5. On the day that is a day off, I wake up at 4. So if I am at college, just there, and then I happen to wake up at 4, I think I would mow the lawn even earlier, like 4 or 5. Just in the morning, if you're awake, you take a cup of coffee and go there and mow your lawn. If I know the neighbor doesn't like me, I think maybe we'll do like 6:30 in the morning.
On top of that, I wouldn't suggest angering your neighbor anymore. I think it's important to build good relationships with your neighbors. Doing that first thing in the morning is not going to help build a good relationship. On top of that too, at the first thing in the morning, especially when it starts to get a little cooler overnight, you've got that dew on the grass. If you're going to mow the grass in the morning when the dew is there, when it's damp and it's clogging up your lawnmower and you're just How did we start it? We started, let's just make up. No. It's not hard on your lawnmower. Things are getting more expensive nowadays. Having to buy a brand new lawnmower, I don't want to do that. We shouldn't be mowing our lawns first thing.
Thank you both very much. Well, it's time for the vote. How many think stand on one with the affirmative? You should vote, etc. So, I think 3. And you shouldn't, Jeff? I think that's almost a gimme, right? Although I was thinking, if my neighbor and I didn't get along, maybe I'd offer to mow hers too. So if you do really have a neighbor, there's an advice. All right, we approach.
She did offer and it threw us off our trail.
I think they should.
You think they should both get candies and stuff?
Yeah, and both get laid.
Oh, yeah. I'll do one at a time. Don't you? That's the last one. Okay, down low.
Okay.
We're gonna dress you up too.
11:25, so you guys try.
Yeah, how much time do we have left
1 minute,
in the whole session?
yes,
You've got 3 minutes left.
1 minute. Oh, my gosh.
I know it's so fast.
It's 11:12. Speaker, I don't have time to set it up. Yeah, so
We're here till what, 11:30?
no, you're not, yeah, you got 2 minutes. We need to do one more.
I think we do.
It's only 11:12. I have to set the computer and everything up. So,
Yes. Darlene's in here next, that's why she's pushing us a little bit.
That's right.
Well, what if we did a short one where the first 2, that you get 1 minute each to make your case, and then a half a minute to rebut.
Yes, that'll be fine.
We'll just go a little overtime now,
Okay.
if my math is correct. All right, final 2 volunteers.
Uh-oh.
All right. Someone else.
And I'm not a Toastmaster, so forgive me.
Lavoni.
All of public, or you're. You're gonna come home. All right, whatever this is, I would like you to argue in the affirmative and you in the negative. Whatever this is. Again, I know which way I'd argue. Be it resolved, steak should never be cooked any more than medium rare. Steak should never be cooked any more than medium rare. So you have to argue that this is true. Read it. So don't overcook your steak.
Okay, to be resolved, if a steak is cooked more than medium rare, what could happen? It will be very hard. When you're in the restaurants, you don't wanna lose your teeth. So this dish would be juicy, flavor should get inside, not the overcooked, and if it's overcooked, it burned, and I don't want to burn, and this burnt food can make a gastric in your stomach. So there's another problem. And when you talk, even when you are dating somebody and having steak, it should be very like fancy, you are talking. And all of a sudden your steak, those meat is in your between the teeth and you're smiling. That looks bad. So it should be like very soft, it's like very digestible, very chewable, and it should be gone.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay, the reason your steak should be cooked more than medium rare is because it is the bacteria content in the meat that needs to be completely rectified before you're consuming. So it can make you ill. Not to mention the unsightly mess that it leaves on your plate, and with your conversing around a table or a few guests, you have a mess on your plate of juices from the actual steak that lends it to the rest of your food, like your baked potato covered in steak juice. It is very appealing when you're overpaying for a piece of steak at a nice restaurant.
Thank you. Now, half a minute to rebut.
To be resolved, the temperature, the medium rear temperature, which is like close to probably 100, that actually kill the bacteria, because when we boil the water, it's 100 degrees, that kills the bacteria. So that means that kills the bacteria, but if we cook so hard, then the protein, some other minerals, vitamins can be destroyed as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but when you have a steak that is medium rare, it is not going to give you the full flavor palette that you would be getting if the steak was full.
Okay, I'm gonna vote. Lonnie for the first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Ron for the negative. Another, 5 to 4. And thank you all very much. I have, only one membership application. If someone would like to fill it out right now. Our requirement as an advanced club is that you have finished in one path, both levels 1 and 2, or if you've been around a while, 6 speeches in the competent communicator manual. But I don't see anybody here who is around that long. Anyway, you're all so young looking. Thank you all very much for coming. And also, if you want to talk to any of them about Speechify, I'd like all the members to stand so you can see who here is actually a member of Speechify. So if you see them around, if you just want to quietly talk to them, you can. Darlene really wants in here. Oh, you are, so I'll give you, come on up here, Jen. So I thought, I mean, Ron.
I don't just run. I know that's a horrible.
Ron.
With you.
But we do a break today every meeting.
And a couple of things.